Is Rastaman coming up strong once more? Are Bunny and Peter going to reform the Whalers with Vision and Junior Brathwaite?
Yes, we're working on that right now. Man, what is supposed to go well, I don't know about Junior yet, but I know Vision is with me.
Yeah.
That means in the form of work that the contribution was, rebuilding this team and just, produce some music. Vision is involved.
Are you thinking of it as the Whalers?
Yeah, man.
What happens to the Whalers band then?
Of the original who?
The Whalers band. What happens to Carly and Tyrone?
And one book like that talk about Carly and Tyrone, man. Only way that Carly and Tyrone can sing.
Not very well, I don't think.
We don't know of that. See, when these are things that the world still don't understand.
So you will come back as the Whalers?
As the Whalers. And there has been no other Whalers but I. See, there are lots of imposters in search, and to every first there always come a second. See, to every reality always come a fantasy. See, and the fantasy wants to come and live the life of the reality. And to say that I am he, that can't work. Because to be a whaler you have to cry. See, because that's what it means to go through troubles, temptation, see, humiliations and aggravation, and his brutality. How much of them ever go through that? How much of them ever been to jail? How much of them ever been humiliated? How much of them ever been executed? See, some man can come to claims because he was playing with Bob Marley, and Bob Marley was not the Whalers neither. See, Bob Marley was Bob Marley. See, and that's how he wanted it to be. And he had it that way because it was the Whalers before the segregation came with Chris Whiteworth in London 1973. See, and he was the one who agreed or stimulated the thought of having this idea, Bob Marley and the Whalers.
Well, Peter, we have some of your earliest singles here. And your first label, which featured the three hands interlinked on Wailing Solon, is very clearly labeled Bob Marley and the Wailing Wailers. Now that's 6-7 years before Chris and Island. So
that is where it started.
When you set up your own label, whose idea was it to call it Bob Marley and the Wailers?
Well, it must be Bob's idea, and it was the Whaler calling me, and you know that. See? When we went to England, that's where the album came out as Bob Marley and the Whalers.
Now, actually, Catch a Fire and Burning were both released under the name of the Wailers. It wasn't until Natty Dread that it said Bob Marley and the Wailers.
It wasn't Bob Marley and the Whalers, no.
The repackage was.
I don't know if
the very first one, Catch a Fire, just said the Wailers. The lighter top said the Wailers. So did Burning.
Well, maybe, but no, it is Bob Marley and the Whalers.
Yeah. But my point is, I mean, even here on Lee Perry's sessions, it was Bob Marley and the Wailers. You know? Why now? Why do you and Buddy want to come back and mosh the world as the Whalers once more?
Well,
come forward, excuse me.
Well, for example, the Whalers is still the Whalers, and the Whalers still maintain that spirituality and that potential, musical potential. And not only that, but the Whalers at that time, the Whalers today is greater than the Whalers at that time. More progressive, more advanced in both technology and the creativity and all kinds of music. See, because in those times we do 2-track, 1-track recording. See, and now we do 24-track up to 36 tracks.
Will you tour? Will you tour?
Will the Whalers tour?
Yeah.
Will Africa?
Africa.
Yeah, man.
Has to be Africa before you go anywhere else?
Yes, Africa or somewhere near going to Africa. I mean, we are on the way to Africa.
Would that include Europe then?
Well, that could have been,
yeah,
including us, Spain and things like that.
So we can't expect to see the Whalers live in the States for any time soon.
Well, we don't know what can happen. Maybe we can pass through here to going to Africa, because that is our final farewell.
And then you will live in Africa.
Yes.
It's interesting, because Neville Garrick was in town a couple of weeks ago, and he went to Kenya in June, and he's decided to move there with his family next year to become a Rasta missionary.
Yes.
If you go back to, if you go forward to Africa, what part appeals to you? What part of the continent?
For example, when I've been to Africa recently,
that was Nigeria, right?
Nigeria. And that was the most beautiful part of Africa. It was beautiful. sightseeing, and there are many more places to check out. So I'm on an expedition checking out the different places. I'll be going, this European tour will take me to Zimbabwe. It was to be December, but we cancelled it till further on in the year, maybe January, February, or something like that. So when I go to Zimbabwe, I hear it's a very beautiful place too. So much to tell.
There's a waterfall in Zimbabwe on that tape.
What? So it's at the top of the waterfall, man, and these beautiful trees, man. That's where my trip came from, the water. And me have to live inside a river and a waterfall. You know.